welcome back to my channel. So again, I'm just showing some resin work. So I am measuring out with the resin hardener 67 mils, and I'll just walk away a second because I'm not in the light. The camera will change, like it'll get bigger in a bit. So just pouring that into a plastic cup and making sure with a wooden spatula that I'm just getting it all out of these silicone little measuring jug things, which are so handy. And then I will measure out the resin. As I say, it's not a 2-to-1 ratio. It's, as I say, you need 100 ml of the resin to 67 ml of the hardener, and I purchased this off eBay. So yeah, just mixing them all up together. As I say, I am still a beginner, so you know, I'm not a pro at this. I'm just putting some content on my page, keeping myself busy during lockdown, as in the UK we are still in full lockdown. So make sure that obviously you give this a really good mix. So I'm going in with some what they're called, pigment powders, couldn't think there, and I purchased these off Amazon, and I'm obviously going for some beachy coloured powders. So I'm going with like 2 like tealy aquary colours and then 1 blue for the sky. And I actually sent my son down to our local beach to go and get some sand for us, so I could make this. So it's nice that we've got a bit of our local beach in them. So you don't need much of this, you know, just like half a teaspoon or so. You could probably even add a little bit less. I always add a little bit too much. So just giving that a really good stir. And these have got a beautiful shine on them as well. And this is the nice blue for the sky. So this didn't work out as planned. I did watch a YouTube video and this lady made it look so easy, and yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. As I say, resin has a mind of its own, so it kind of just goes where it wants to, but I'll explain a little bit more as we get into it. So here I am mixing the sand. So I didn't use much resin to the sand. You need it quite thick, so obviously the sand doesn't move around, you know. So as I say, just quite thick consistency. So I was just adding a little bit more sand there. There you see, it's quite gloopy. So as I say, what am I doing? Oh, I'm making some white, which will obviously be for the waves. So just a few of the pigment drops and just giving that a stir as well. You won't need much of this. So right, this is where it gets a little bit technical. So in the bottom of these round coaster molds, I'm just kind of doing like a half moon type shape. You can do whatever kind of shape you want. As I say, this is just what I was doing. And the sand did sit there, it didn't move. It wasn't the sand that caused the problem. I would say, if I could give any advice, is keep everything thin. You know, don't go in too thick with your resin colours, because that's where they just all start to spill into each other, and yeah, that's where I went a little bit wrong. So I do show obviously where I go wrong, and obviously I did pour it all out and do one more from scratch. So just with this like greeny colour, I am just doing a thin line above the sand, and as I say, trying to just keep it thin. You know, I didn't want to fill the mould up. So just doing that, and then I'll go in with my other colour, which is a bit more tealy colour, I think. So yeah, as I say, the colours I chose were absolutely beautiful and perfect. So that, I certainly wasn't disappointed with that. And then I will go in with the blue as well. And here I am going in with this like really deep royal blue. Absolutely loved it. I will give it another go and see how I get on. But by the end of the result, you could definitely tell, you know, that it was the beach theme. So just with my finger, I'm just going to ombre the three colours together. I'm just going a little bit over the sand, you know, so not everything looks like perfect, you know, just all ombre together. And as I say, it was going well until I added the white. And then I used my heat gun, and that's where things went wrong. I kind of wish I hadn't used my heat gun and just used my blowtorch, you know, to get the bubbles out. So definitely that's what I will do in the future if I do make these again. So I am just, where I was going to pour the white, I was just pouring a little bit clear resin, and that just helps disperse the white. Again, I'd probably only do one strip of the white where obviously the sand is, and not like up in the like sky kind of like area. But yeah, when it blew, it was just blown the colours all together, and that's where I felt it went a little bit wrong. So I suppose it's all trial and error, but I like to show that I am a beginner and I am learning from my mistakes. If you can hear a weird noise in the background, my dog is snoring. So again, just going in with a bit clear. Oh my god, can you hear that dog snoring? Dear me. I do have 4 dogs, so it's yeah, it's quite loud. So I was getting quite frustrated with this. I was like, oh my god, I've like ruined the video. But nah, you'll see by the end, they didn't turn out too bad. So as I say, I did just have a little fiddle around, you know, I added a little bit more colour and a little bit more white and so on. So as I say, I didn't use my heat gun. This is the one I think that I really mucked up. It was just all merging together like horribly, and yeah. But I will show you. So you see on the bottom one, the one closest to me, like it's kind of covered all of the sand, and I was trying to blow it back up, and yeah, I couldn't salvage it. It had to go in the bin. So I'm just showing you, I'm trying to push it back up, but because it was just so wet and obviously the resin was just moving, yeah, so I tried to put a little bit more sand on the bottom, and I tried my best to try and save it, but in the end it was just, yeah, it all went into the bin, and I just started from scratch again, learned a few mistakes from a few mistakes even, and it worked out obviously a little bit better. I'm not giving up, am I? I'm still trying. Oh my god, Theo. So if you do feel, you know, you're not getting anywhere, it's best to just pour it out and start again. And I think this is where I was just looking, thinking, yeah, obviously that you can only add so much resin because obviously the molds aren't that, you know, tall. But the other ones worked out so lovely, and I was getting so frustrated with this one. I kind of wish that my husband had zoomed in a little bit so you could have seen a little bit closer. So So I'm trying to wipe away some of the colours off the sand. But then the sand was getting all over my gloves and oh my god. Come on, Tracy, give up. Yeah. So obviously I did make a new one and left them overnight. So this is the next morning. So just to fill obviously the rest of the coasters to the top of the mold, I'm just pouring in some clear. And then obviously I will let them fully set again. And as I say, going over, obviously once you've put it into your mold, go over with your heat gun to remove any bubbles out of the resin, so they look nice and clear and beautiful. So this is them taking them out of the mold. So I am happy how these ones turned out. They had a few little, you know, like raggy bits on the outside, but I just snipped them off, you know, with some cuticle nippers, and I'm just showing the backs as well. Yeah, so I just tidied them all up around the outside, but overall not too bad. Definitely not as good as some people have done, but you can definitely tell what I was aiming for. They look so perfect on the back. I was just saying to my husband it would have looked nice if it had had the white line, you know, going like across. So yeah, as I say, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I will see you in my next video. Bye.